Okay, so what's up, Dylan Bulldogs with another video. And today we are gonna be doing a reaction to the brand new Style Theory video, Style Theory, which hair tie is best for you. Let's see and find out what this will be about. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell us what you want this track to next. Alexa, what time is it? Hey Alexa, what time is it?
It's 12:35 p.m.
Alexa, send a voicemail to Window Queen.
Okay, AJL. Did you mean Reina the Window Queen Reina?
Yes.
What's your voice message?
12:35, wake up. And good morning. Also, well, good afternoon. Okay, 12:35, almost 12:36, wake up. Good afternoon. Okay.
Got it.
Okay,
Ready
so...
to send?
Yes.
Sending now.
Without further ado, make sure to hit that bell icon so you can get notified whenever we upload, post, and go live. Until then, Bulldogs, and without further ado, make sure to hit that bell icon and also let it be known in the comments down below if you know new or not, and also so we can welcome you into Dayton Brothers No Cap as well. So without further ado, 3, 2, 1, and let go.
Hair ties, the best friend that pulls your hair back, and the worst
I mean, it does pull your hair back, but it also does pull on your hair too, no cap. But yeah, some are good, some aren't. I mean, for some people are different. So, yeah, that's true.
enemy that pulls your hair out. But which hair tie will leave you with the least amount of pain and the most amount of style? Hello, Internet. Welcome to Style Theory, the show whose hands are tied. Hair tied, that is. Magic. Love them, hate them, lose them.
I'm tied on this
Hair
reaction.
ties are pretty much a necessity for anyone with long hair, especially when it's just so freaking hot outside. No, seriously, aren't we supposed to be entering fall? Now, even if you yourself don't have long hair, you probably know someone who does.
I'm gonna fall into this reaction. Let go.
Even if it's just your local theorist. So you better stay tuned because by the end of this video, you could change someone's life. We love
Well, that's true, no cap.
the friend that has an emergency hair tie. They are the real MVP. But which one is best to have on hand? Or, in this case, on your head. Elastics or scrunchies, fancy or basic, which one is going to hold your hair all day without damaging it in the process? Well, there's only one way to find out. I have gathered together the 5 most common hair ties. The basic elastic, the wrapped elastic, the seamless, the spiral, and the classic scrunchie. They are going to go head to head, or rather hair to hair, in the ultimate showdown to prove which hair tie is truly GOAT. This is our 5-5-5 challenge. I'll be wearing each of our 5 hair tie hopefuls for 5 days and then grading them based on the 5 criteria that make up a great hair tie. 1, how well does it hold? 2, how much does it crimp or dent my hair? 3, how painful is it when you take it out? Is the hair tie gonna ruin it? We're gonna find out. Yeah, once again, I am sacrificing my hair in the name of science. 4, how reusable are they really? Like, do they stretch out too fast and are suddenly too big to be usable? And can they shrink back to a usable size? And finally, number 5, can they survive for the full 5 days? And, spoiler alert, they won't all survive. So we're gonna start with our first hair tie, which is the elastic. They're pretty much as basic as you can get. Now, historically, me and these don't get along because I have a lot of hair. Now, while my hair may...
There's some hair ties will survive, some won't. Look at
be straight today, as I've said in previous episodes, I have a mix of 2,3C very coarse hair. This means that there's a lot of it and that it is very, very heavy, which, I'm not gonna lie, kind of worries me with these little dudes because this does not look like it can hold all of this. But there's only
Yeah.
one way to find out if it can truly stand up to my hair test.
Oh, not bad, no. Walmart Plus Assist offers 50% off a membership if you qualify for SNAP, Medicaid, or more. And you get benefits like free delivery. So your party supplies?
But there's only one way to find out if it can truly stand up to my hair test.
Oh, not bad, not bad, not bad. Honestly, surprised. It did. It's holding. I thought it was gonna be a throwaway hair tie. And yet, here we are. It's holding and it feels snug.
But don't get too comfortable just yet. Like many of you probably do, I tend to readjust my ponytail or bun throughout the day. It gets a little loose, it gets a little messy, and you want to redo it to make it look better. And so our winning hair tie will have to be able to survive that readjustment period, which turns out is easier said than done.
So I happened to notice I had a lot of flyaways in my hair from doing my hair at like 6 a.m. in the morning. So we're going to try to readjust the ponytail that's gotten a little messy and hopefully have it be all okay. Also, welcome to the new desk setup. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it pretty? You just
Yeah, it is.
saw me take this out of my hair. It's broken. All I did was try to take it down from my hair and it snapped. It fully snapped. You saw me do it. I was ready to say such good things about this, but longevity, I went to readjust my hair because it says use these again and again on the packaging. I read the packaging and now it's broken.
Yeah, that will happen with most hair ties, no cap. I mean, some hair ties, but yeah. Some hair ties good, some bad. They good.
Longevity fail. We can't test how stretched out it got. We can't do anything. The elastic fails.
I mean, technically, not everything about the elastic fails, just most of it. Now, it did do a surprisingly good job holding my hair in place. Nothing slipped out. It was all really good. Until it wasn't. Even so, I think I have to give it a 4 out of 5 on hold. As for the crimping, even though it wasn't in my hair for long, it did leave a, let's say, lasting impression, which means I'm giving it a 2 out of 5 for crimping. But since it didn't survive long enough for me to judge if it was painful to take out or not, I can't really give it an honest score in this category, which means it's gonna end up with a sorry 0. And so, in total, our elastic hair tie didn't do so hot. But I will give credit where credit is due.
It's good if you want to use it once. It's good if you want to do little designs and you need them to be compact. But if you expect it to do anything else, even these Easy Glide reusable ones can't survive this much hair. These
That's true.
will likely not make the cut. No, I'm afraid. Nope, I can't do it. I can't do it. That's so scary. That's so scary. But next up is probably the most commonly used hair tie of the entire episode. Heck, some of you are probably wearing them in your hair or on your wrist right now.
I used to, but broke a few months ago.
Good morning.
And it was good. It was a good hair tie, but yeah. It just broke for some reason.
We're here to do our next hair tie. And our next hair tie is right here. This is our wrapped elastic hair tie.
This is likely the one that most people picture when you say the words hair tie. It's the one that you forget to take off your wrist for photos. It's the one everyone seems to have on hand when you ask, hey, does someone have a hair tie I can borrow? It's the one that when you open the dictionary is right there next to the definition of the words hair tie.
This is a brand new one, has not been used. We measured it and everything, and we're ready to see if it stretches over my hair for a ponytail, if it does and doesn't break like our last one. So let's put it up and test the stretch. I keep starting with a low ponytail because it's the thickest part of my hair, and it's a good general measurement of if the ponytail holder works. All right, 3 wraps. And it did pretty well. I think it's still a little loose. What we saw yesterday was that my hair kind of started to escape it. And so when I went to readjust the ponytail, it just snapped. So hopefully this holds.
I'll admit my expectations were tie. But come on, it's the one that everyone uses. It's like the hair tie of all hair ties. So surely it has to be good, right?
Hello, and welcome to the end of day 1 with this hair tie. I've had to adjust it a couple times, and it didn't break, which is amazing. Now, the thing about this one is that it does pull on my hair a little bit. Looking at my hair, we have some epic crimping going on. Look at that. That is a level 5 crimp.
Excuse me? That is a huge dent in my previously dentless hair.
Yeah. Dang. Look up.
Total fail.
And that means not great things for this one because it means you can't take your hair up, down, up, down, up, down without it being really noticeable that you had your hair in a ponytail.
But it also means that it didn't break after one use, unlike some other hair ties I could mention.
Throughout the week, I also experimented with some higher ponytails and buns to test just how well it could hold all that hair. Hello, welcome to the end of today. I've had my hair up in this semi-high bun all day today. And so this is how much it's fallen out. I would say so far we have like 3.5 out of 5 hold. Like it's staying, but it's also fallen. Like you can see all those hairs that have escaped this hair tie.
It will also be scoring a 3.5 out of 5 when it comes to paint.
While I wasn't shedding any tears, I definitely managed to yank out a few strands of my hair throughout the day.
So, since the wrapped elastic is still in one piece, for now at least, that means that it's time for us to conduct our very first stretch test. Whee!
Design your life at home. A crush that has you screaming inside.
Now at least, that means that it's time for us to conduct our very first stretch test. Whee! Yeah, I mean, for some reason, we didn't have to go over the rules for our stretch test in round 1. I can't remember why.
In order to determine whether or not the hair ties were being overstretched and to see if they have enough elasticity to shrink back to their normal size, I've been measuring both the diameter and length of the hair ties at the start of day 1. This will give us our control numbers. So at the end of each day, we can see just how much our hair tie has stretched. We'll score it based on just how stretched out it gets over the course of the 5 days. If it becomes unusable, it gets a lower score. But if it shows the ability to reform after being left alone, that will knock the score higher.
As the
I mean, that's still okay.
first hair tie to last for the entire 5 days of our experiment, it gets a 5 out of 5 for longevity. And by the end of those 5 days, we had some very interesting results.
Our wrapped elastic started off with a diameter of 5 centimeters and a total length of 8 centimeters. And just after 1 day of trying to wrangle my hair, it had already stretched to 5.8 and 8.7 centimeters.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Okay. Also, I'm gonna be doing something different. I usually just play a video while I'll be right back, but yeah, I will be right back, but Alexa, play Wild 955 everywhere.
Wild 955
I will be
from
back,
iHeartRadio.
everyone.
Playing on the Everywhere group.
one hit music station, Wild 95.5. It's Shelly Rome. Here's a classic from Jason Derulo. What did she say? What you say? Oh, that you only meant well, cause you did. What you say? Jason Derulo. That it's all for the best, because it is. I was so wrong, so long, only trying to please myself. Girl, I was caught up in her lust when I don't really want no one else. So no, I know I should have treated you better, but me and you were meant to last forever. So let me in, give me another chance to really be your man. 'Cause when the roof caved in and the truth came out, I just didn't know what to do. But when I become a star, we'll be living so large, I'll do anything for you. So tell me, girl, what you say? Oh, that you only meant well, cause you did. What you say? What you say? That it's all for the best, because it is.
Alexa, stop. Okay, so I'm back, everyone. Alexa, stop. Hey Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 12:51 p.m.
Okay, back with the reaction. Let's continue.
It looks like the wrapped elastic is gonna have a really
Alexa,
hard time trying to make it
stop.
through this week. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
After initially stretching nearly a full centimeter on day 1, things actually slowed down pretty massively. On each subsequent day of the test, both the length and diameter grew by just 1 or 2 millimeters per day.
So while our wrapped elastic did stretch out, it did not overstretch, which means that it does get a passing score in my book. However,
Well, that was good, no cap. Hey, it's always good when your hair ties don't, overstretch, no cap. But yeah, that's true.
for being so popular, its final score is just kind of meh, which is shocking to me. I mean, this is the hair tie. It's the one that everyone seems to use. And that means that all of us are using the wrong hair tie. So the question is, which hair tie should we be using?
Hello. Welcome to the morning where my hair is straight. To keep it fair for all of our hair tie contestants, I reset my hair each and every morning by using my handy dandy straightener. I'm sorry, hair, but remember, it's for science.
Now this is the seamless fabric elastic, where the fabric itself is actually really stretchy and there's no rubber band inside.
And so after gathering all of our control measurements, I put my hair into a low ponytail and went about my day.
So far, this hair tie hasn't moved. Yay! It means that the hold is doing pretty well. However,
Well, that's nice.
it is time to pull it out and see how it does with damage, crimping, and how big it's gotten since we put it on my head. Let's pull this out. Only a little bit painful. Ow. I don't know if you can see this. Yes, see that? That is one hair pulled out of my head.
R.I.P. Your death will not be in vain.
Well, damn.
What do I say? You're already dead. These high ponytails are getting to me.
But let's look at this crimping. Ooh, that might actually be the worst crimp so far. That's a pretty big divot. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, you also don't want a hair tie too tight.
It's all new. It fails. And similar to our wrapped elastic, its size grew by about 0.7 or 0.8 centimeters in both measurements after the first day. The only question is if the seamless will slow down its stretch like the wrapped elastic, or if it will seem less like a hair tie and more like a necklace by the end of the week. Hey, theorists. I know it's been a while, but we've been cooking up something special just for you. We saw your comments and we heard your feedback, so we put our heads together and had a lot of, extremely serious conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And we are finally ready to let you in on our big secret. That's right, we are so back. Theoryware has returned, and this time the gang's all here. Get ready for new shirts, new hoodies, and new accessories featuring all 5 of the channels that you know and love from the Theoryverse. No matter which channel's your favorite, whether it's style, GT Live, game, food, film, you are represented here. And who knows, I've heard Theoryware can be a great conversation starter.
I snapped man in Reno.
Maybe you'll make friends with another theorist the next time you're out and about because game recognizes game. Or style, I guess. Or maybe just wrap yourself in a super soft theorist hoodie paired with some cozy socks while watching new episodes in the comfort of your own home. We hope that you have as much fun with the new and improved Theoryware as we did. So jump into the comments to let us know which item is your favorite and to help us celebrate what makes the theorist community so special. You. What are you waiting for? Shop the drop by scanning the QR code on screen or clicking the link in the description. And if you were wondering just how I tied up my shirt so cute for that shoot, it was with our winning hair tie. But you'll have to stick around to the end to find out which one took that crown.
As the week progressed, it was clear that when it came to the seamless hair tie, the hold was holding, baby.
I was getting significantly less hair escaping than the previous options.
That is going to be a solid 4.5 out of 5 for the hold. This thing is deceptively strong. And snappy. And so
Well, that was good that you tied your salt with a hair tie. Nice.
after lasting for all 5 days, the only thing left to do was our stretch test. And let me tell you right now, the results are wild.
When we last left our seamless hair tie after day 1, it had stretched from its original size to a not so bad 6.2 centimeter length and 3.8 centimeter diameter. This was pretty much one-to-one with how the wrapped elastic behaved.
However, that is where the similarities end. I mean, just look at this chart. Look at it.
While the diameter was, for a lack of a better word, inconsistent, likely due to how moldable the shape of the hair tie was compared to the more rigid wrapped elastic, it's
I mean, that's true.
the length that was blowing my mind. Notice how on day 4, the seamless length actually decreased from the previous day, meaning that it takes barely a full night's sleep, or roughly 8 hours, for the hair tie to start to shrink.
So when it comes to stretchiness, this is going to be an
what's
easy
my
pass. But
notification?
this situation raised a very
No new
curious
notifications.
question. I went back and grabbed the original wrapped elastic that we used in round 1, which, if you recall, I haven't touched or used for the last 3 or 4 days. I wanted to give it one final measurement to test a little theory that was percolating in my head. And let me tell you, what I found had me second guessing everything.
The wrapped
No.
elastic, which when we last measured it had a diameter of 6.2 centimeters and a length of 9 centimeters, had shrunk all the way down to 5.5 centimeters and 8.5 centimeters in length.
While not quite back to its original size, it was pretty darn close. The data suggests that if you give these hair ties enough time to rest, say 2 or 3 days at minimum, then they will return to close to their original size.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
At least in the short term. And so it's probably best to keep a few different hair ties in rotation for the most longevity. And now that we are 3 hair ties down, it's time to move on to our 4th competitor.
Hi y'all, I'm Diana Flores, pro flaggable player and quarterback for the Mexican national flaggable team. Wearing Under Armour makes me feel powerful. The compression makes me feel locked in. It moves with me, it
Our 3 hair ties down, it's time to move on to our 4th competitor.
Next up, we have the spiral hair tie. Now, this one, if you have never seen it before, looks like a little slinky, but it's a never-ending slinky. This texture is meant to make it
No, I seen the spirals hair ties before.
so that it doesn't leave that same kind of crease in your hair, or at least not as bad. And that's the biggest selling feature of these, so we'll have to see.
These are meant to be snag resistant and thus less damaging. Also,
It starts off pretty tiny.
hopefully that's not a bad omen of what's to come as we go into day 1.
Let's go. Fresh hair tie, fresh hair. We're going to do our low pony. 1, 2. We're stretching it with 3. I don't know how well you can see that, but like getting my fingers through that, pretty difficult. That feels pretty unnatural for this hair tie, actually. Ooh, you can already see it's gotten significantly bigger just doing the one time. Hold, we'll have to see.
Listen, I had just gotten back from VidCon. I was sleepy, I needed a little bit of rest, and so I had an easy day. But despite me not doing a whole lot of moving and grooving, I came away with some pretty fascinating results.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the floor, where now we are checking on how our hair tie did. Now, I've redone this ponytail a couple different times, and it's still like this. So the hold on these is not great.
But the crimping wasn't so bad. It's actually the
Well, that's true.
best results that we've gotten throughout this entire episode so far. And so I have to give it a solid 4 out of 5.
If I shook out my hair long enough, let it sit, I feel like this could fall out. Like, I feel like this could go away, or I could at least get away with this. I would say if you're looking for like a versatile hair tie that lets you go up, down throughout the day, this one might be the one to do it. However, it is fairly stretched out, which is unusual. I don't feel like it's usually as visibly visible.
It's been a hard few weeks, okay? But the results weren't just visibly visible, they were measurably measurable. At the start of day 1, the spiral hair tie had a diameter of 1.5 centimeters and a total length of 4.5 centimeters. But by the end of day 1, its size had ballooned up to a diameter of 3.2 centimeters and a length of 5.6. That's the biggest single day stretch we've seen this entire episode. And so not only was the hold not holding early on in our week, if these kind of stretch results continued, it was likely that hold situation would only get worse. But look, Mom, no crimping. That being said, we still had 4 more days to go.
Hey, so today I attempted a high bun, and as you can see, it didn't stay up there.
Yeah. I know. We see.
Kind of ended up down here, which means that when it comes to hold, I think it's like a 2.5. Unless I'm like cutting off the circulation of my fingers to try to really tighten it, it's like a 2.5 hold.
Now, if you thought that the results we got for our seamless hair tie were wild, prepare to have your entire world shook. On day 1, the spiral hair tie started at 4.5 centimeters before springing up to 5.6. The next day, it continued to climb to 7 centimeters before shrinking down on day 3 to 6.5 centimeters. And then, as just one final screw you to our data set, the last 2 days, it ballooned up to 8.5 and 8.8 centimeters. What? The actual heck. By far, this is the most drastic change and the biggest stretch that we've seen this entire episode. But it wasn't the stretch that I found so interesting. It was the shrinking. You see, whenever I put the spiral hair tie down, even for just a few minutes at a time, I could see it start to shrink before my eyes. I mean, it really started to remind me of something. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Yes, it reminded me of this.
Hi, I'm Macy, and I'm a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing you'll love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is the Dijon mustard with the pretzel bun. The Dijon mustard gives it a kick. It's a new fall flavor that fits right in.
Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Tomorrow.
Always Flex Foam stays dry and fresh. See what foam can do for you.
Later tomorrow.
Of this.
They're fast, they're fun, and they're easy. Shrinking shrink. Watching them shrink is half the fun. Just color, cut, and bake.
You're welcome for the nostalgia trip. But even though it was doing a great job shrinking down to its original size, it wasn't returning to its original shape. Despite my best efforts, the tie just kept getting, well, tied around itself. This made it harder to both measure for our experiments and to get a consistent stretch around my hair. Sometimes I needed to loop my hair twice, sometimes it was 3 times. Who knew? There was no consistency. So despite the fact that on a personal level, I kind of like the shrinky ties, they're fun and crimping is one of my biggest pet peeves, I do have to fail it for our stretch test.
Yeah. Okay.
But hey, at least it didn't break like our little baby elastic in the first round.
That's true.
And no pain. And with 4 hair ties down,
And that means we're back with our final hair tie. Now this is the satin scrunchie. Inside the scrunchie is an elastic band, very similar to our first and second hair tie, where you had that actual elastic hold. But it's wrapped in a satin fabric, which is meant to be less damaging on your hair.
Or at least it's supposed to be. But based
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
on all the data that we've seen today, who knows what will happen? Certainly not me. I mean, I learned my lesson all the way back with the wrapped elastic.
So let's put my hair up. We're doing just a low ponytail. This makes me look a little bit like a founding father. But you know what? It's fine.
And by the end of the day, oh boy, I had thoughts.
When it comes to this hair tie, it has migrated over here. You can already see where this is going here.
When it came to crimping, the results were pretty severe, to say the least. I mean, look at this before and after. This is a crime. Listen, I want to love the scrunchie. I really, really do. But this
What?
is a crime, and it deserves a
I don't
1 out
do
of 5
that.
for crimping.
I used to be a big scrunchie person. I bought a ton of them, and now I don't really wear them. If we were rating just vibes, this would be a 10 out of 10. I love the look of a scrunchie. However, the elastic band inside, it's not it, fam.
But by day 2, I was starting to come around to the scrunchy lifestyle. At least a little bit.
When it comes to hold, I think it's a solid 3.5, maybe like a 3.75.
You know, one of the things I just hadn't really considered before starting this experiment was just how heavy the actual scrunchie was. I know, it sounds silly, but more than the others we've used so far, except maybe the spiral, this one was really just slipping and sliding everywhere.
We're still getting a crimp, though honestly, the crimp feels a little less crimpy today. But I think that's because it wasn't a ponytail. So when it comes to crimping, I think we're actually going down to like a 3? A 3.
But the scrunchie did have one major win. Like, major win. And that was that despite me taking my hair up and down and up and down and up and down throughout the entire week, there was absolutely no pain. Zero. Nada. No pain.
Well, that's nice.
Hallelujah!
As for our stretch test, the scrunchie followed these same behaviors as the seamless and wrapped elastic. It slowly stretched out over the course of the week, but when left to rest, it was able to shrink and reform back to almost its original size.
That is a pass for both stretch and longevity. So which of our 5 hair ties will be the one hair tie to rule them all, to bind all the hairs together? It depends. Yeah, after combing through all of our data and double checking our results, it was clear. There is no such thing as a perfect hair tie.
All of them were able to last the entire week of our test.
Well, almost all of them. Sorry, not sorry, Elastic. Okay, fine. You have some uses. If you're going to do an intricate braid design or you need a hair tie to go under a wig that isn't bulky, this is probably a good option, especially
Yeah, that's true.
if you have thin, fine hair.
I mean, yeah.
And most of them also did a decent job at maintaining their stretch throughout the experiment, despite me putting them through the ultimate hair challenge.
Holding on to all of this. When it comes to hair ties, there's one big trade-off that you have to make when it comes to what's most important for you and your hair. Are you team hold is gold, or are you team no crimp, no problems? The hair ties that did the best at holding my hair in place all day long, like the wrapped elastic and the seamless, had the most strength in their grip. But it came at the cost of my original hairstyle. If you're someone who likes to throw your hair up and forget it and doesn't mind a little creasing at the end of the day, then your best bet is going to be the seamless hair tie, with the wrapped elastic coming in at a close second. But if that crimping is your sleep paralysis demon, and you don't mind having to readjust your hair a couple times a day, then the spiral hair tie is definitely the one for you. However, if you want the best all-around hair tie, it's clear. The scrunchie is goated.
But hey, that's just a theory, a style theory. Keep looking sharp. Next time on Style Theory. Have you ruined your hair with too much heat?
Now it's time to abuse your hair. That was not good for it.
Or is there a way to heat things up without fear of this?
Okay, so this will be the end of the reaction. If you like the reaction, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell us what you want us to react to next. Hit the bell icon so you can get notified of new and old content on Dayton Bulldogs. Until next time, as always, Dayton Bulldogs, we are out until next time.